Konnichiwa. If you grew up in the 90s, Mortal Kombat was a game that brutalized the public with bone-crushing action, deadly characters, sinister stages, and of course, fierce fatalities. However, in the most recent incarnation, the focus has shifted away from the devastating battles that came to define MK in favor of social justice and wokeness. Not being a stranger to controversy, MK had been at the center of the moral panic surrounding violence in video games pushed by puritanical Christians and moralizing busybodies. With this in mind, you would think that NetherRealm would fight tooth and nail to stop unscrupulous censors and ideologues from tampering with their product. Unfortunately, like many new developers today, NetherRealm have sold their soul to the new arbiters of morality, the intersectional NPCs. At first, NetherRealm announced that the female characters would no longer wear the more revealing costumes that they were known for, in favor of costumes that are more akin to the clothing worn by Muslim women. However, it hasn't stopped there. If you were to take Kabal and play Spot the Difference with his fatality, you would notice one key difference. Kabal looks crazed, ready to tear his male opponent asunder in the most brutal way. However, when you replace the male opponent with a female one, something dramatic happens. Kabal's expression changes from crazed enjoyment to sorrowful regret. Does Kabal feel guilty that he's killing a woman? In all honesty, the change in Kabal's expression shows the gendered bias of NetherRealm's staff. Empathy and compassion for women, cruelty and disdain for men. This brings me to the point of this video. Jax, and the injection of wokeness that NetherRealm have given him. Once you've conquered the tower and crushed Kronika into the dust with Jax, you'll be subjected to a cinematic that would be considered racist and xenophobic if you replace Jax with any other character in the roster. In this poorly conceived ending, Jax manipulates time and history to usher in his Wakandan-esque utopia in which slavery never occurred. Yet there is a startling lack of diversity, as is emphasized in the final frame of Jax's ending.
All I wanted was to fix my life. Now I have the power to fix history. Raiden warns me, I can't fix everything. Change too much and I could lose Vera, lose Jackie. But this power is bigger than us. If I think only about helping myself, what kind of officer am I? What kind of man? I've been lucky. My family and I have lived the American dream. But most people who look like me haven't had that chance. I owe it to them to put things right. And I'm not waiting centuries for people to get woke when I've got the power to speed things up. I don't get it right the first time, or the second, or even the third, but eventually, I knock it out of the damn park. My family's back. The world's a better place for everyone. Turns out, you can have everything. Anyone who says you can't needs to dream bigger.
I would love to see how these ideologues would react if an alternate version was released placing Kano in Jax's stead. This is a ludicrous stance for Jax to hold, especially when you look at the way he has been portrayed in all the other MK installments. He is shown to be a patriotic and honourable man, not as a black identitarian, whose immoral lust for revenge pushes him to eradicate history all for his own end. To me, eradicating history so you benefit is quite an evil act. This got me thinking, is Biff the hero of Back to the Future 2? He goes back in time to tamper with it so he benefits. Do we consider him the hero? No. He is the villain, plain and simple. So why are you trying to paint Jax's actions in a positive light? Slavery is evil. However, history is history. What has happened has happened. Dwelling on the past doesn't help anyone move forward. It's nothing but a blockade to progression. Thank you for joining me, the Honorary Yautja. Like and subscribe. Sayonara.